Darvin, not a typical night efficiency-wise from LeBron and AD. I just wondered if you saw anything in some of the shots they were missing and how that built as the second half went on.
Yeah, we missed some pretty good looks. First of all, respect to them. They did what they were supposed to do, take care of their home floor, held serve. And now it's on us to fill our cups back up and go do what we need to do on our own home floor, starting with Game 3. That's all we need to be concerned about is Game 3. In terms of the efficiency, we were aggressive, came out a whole lot better than we did in Game 1. Again, the increments in which we're improving as this series goes on, albeit it's only been 2 games. We did a lot of good things out there tonight. We had some lows that they were able to take advantage of. Did a great job defensively in the first half, majority of the third, and then, kind of got out of rhythm offensively, and they caught fire, and that combination usually leads to your demise. But, proud of our guys. They bounced back. We addressed a lot of the things that we said we were going to try to do better. Still got to be better in transition D. But overall, the energy was there, the effort was there, the urgency was there. We just caught a bad stretch.
You mentioned the shooting. Denver was 7 for 25 from 3, but getting good looks in the first 3 quarters. They hit those 5 straight. What's the philosophy in trying to deal with the ball screens there and still think about Jokic?
Can't relax off the ball. They're one of the better off-ball offensive teams in the league, and you cannot relax. They set those back screens, and they're slipping out. And Jokic is giving the hand backs to Green or whoever, Gordon. We just can't relax off the ball. They draw a lot of attention in the half court, and then, they had some other guys step up as well in terms of Michael Porter Jr. So it's Bruce Brown. It's just got to be, again, tighten the screws, continue to extract what we can from these games to help us be in a position to take care of business once we get home in Game 3.
Darvin, 2-part question. One, you changed the starting group, put Vando in for Dennis. I guess that was the normal starting group you guys have been going with, but how'd you decide on that? And then second thing was kind of changing the matchups down the stretch where you put LeBron on Jokic, Rui on Jamal, so you could kind of switch their 2-man action. Just that decision as well.
Yeah, just starting Vando, just, inserting some energy and some size and athleticism into the lineup. And then, as you mentioned, that was our starting lineup for the remainder of the regular season, and the only time it wasn't our starting lineup was Game 6 against Golden State, so and Game 1 here, and so getting them back out there, allowing him to putting a bigger body on Murray, I thought it was effective. And as far as just running different guys at Jokic, we're gonna have to guard him by committee. AD does the best job he could possibly do in a one-on-one. But again, even when A is guarding them straight up, our guys off the ball have to have their antennas up, be in a position to help, and then close out effectively, not being undisciplined with their closeouts. But again, your Joker is just one of those guys. You got to change matchups. You got to change coverages. And I won't get into any details about what we plan to do going forward, but that's just the way it is. And in general terms, like he's going to make you work. He's going to make you go on your bag of tricks and try to slow him down.
Darvin, with LeBron spending so many possessions guarding Jokic, do you think that had anything to do with his shot selection in the fourth quarter, taking threes early on in the quarter versus driving?
I just thought he was trying to make a play for his teammates. He was open. They're playing off of him. He's a highly capable three-point shooter. He let it fly. With our team overall just wanting us to continuously play downhill. That's something I really, really want to harp on. I think we, went from 16 to 10 free throws in the second half. Like we have to continuously play with aggression. And again, like I always say, love and live in the paint. And that'll allow some of those three-point attempts to be that much more open and that much more in rhythm.
Darvin, along those lines, do you think fatigue factored at all into your team's lack of a downhill sort of attack in the fourth?
I mean, they do a great job shifting on their side. They have a bunch of athletes. Just have to make quick plays. They have to be quick decisions. Whenever you probe too long or you hold the ball too long, it strengthens their defense. You know, they have long, athletic wings, and obviously Joker is long. Green, Gordon, those guys are super duper athletic. Hell, MPJ, Mike Porter Jr., he's 6'11", so we have to just play offense with a pace, both in the full court and the half court.
This team's talked a lot about basketball IQ, particularly after the trade deadline. But two mistakes stand out. There was LeBron in transition, kind of going for a reverse and fumbling the ball pretty uncharacteristically, and Dennis's three-point attempt at the end of the third that got blocked and triggered. Do those plays kind of signify like a need for this team to tighten up, and maybe a little bit mentally?
I mean, you go through the course of a basketball game and you have unfortunate plays that happen. I'm sure they can pick out some from their side. So it's just, you have to just have things happening during the course of an NBA game, especially a hotly contested one such as the Western Conference Finals, in particular these two teams. And so you just got to have a short memory in terms of when a mistake happens or a miscue or something like that, you got to move on. We've been preaching that since day one, have a next play mentality. And can't, even if you make a shot, you can't stand there, taking a picture with your follow through. You have to sprint back and get ready to play the next possession on defense. So I just chalk it up. I don't see that as being a reflection of our IQ. It's just, unfortunate circumstance on those couple of plays.
Darvin, what did you see in the middle of that fourth quarter when they were hitting the threes? Were you guys relaxing? What was going on that you saw there?
I mean, we had a situation where we were kind of cross-matched, and, again, they're the best offense in the league. So it's like they're going to put pressure on you to guard them, ball in hand or off the ball. And, again, we'll go back and look at our off-ball defense. You start out, you're shifted against the Joker, you're shifted off of Murray. You're trying to take away their back doors, but they also have the capability to sprint uphill, to get behind the three-point line and launch. And so you have to be ready to guard a little bit of everything. And that's what happens when you're dealing with a championship caliber ball club. It's like you got to, it's no one thing that you're going to be able to take away and it's going to shut them down. There are multiple ways to beat you, multiple actions, multiple players that can just get hot, as we just saw. And so our thing is to not get disappointed, not get discouraged, just continue to compete at a high level. And if they make a shot hotly contested, then we have to live with it and go back and try to do the same.
Darvin, two of your role players, Austin and Rui, seem to have really good games for you. What did you make of how they played for you guys?
Just told them to come out, be assertive, be aggressive. Don't think twice. When we play with pace and we make quick decisions, we're a damn good ball club offensively. Whenever there's going to be times we have to slow down and try to punch it into the paint. But for the most part, when the ball is moving, changing hands, I just think, we put ourselves in a good position to win. I mean, we had 5 players in double figures. So, that's a telltale sign. 26 assists, we can get that up a little bit higher, but that's not bad either. Only made 8 threes. So, again, we just have to continue to chip at the rock, try to do a better job of taking care of the ball in certain moments, and continuously get better.
Darvin, you guys haven't lost 2 in a row, I don't think, since maybe mid-March, and you've taken control of every series by stealing 1 on the road. What's the psyche of the team right now, just in the immediate aftermath?
Well, they're like us. They're undefeated at home. We knew it was going to be a challenge, a hard one at that. And we said it before we even played one game. We got to, buckle in and buckle up, buckle down and buckle up, because this is going to be we plan for this to be a long series. And so, again, hats off to them. They held serve on their home floor, and the more higher the levels you get to, you're going to face much tougher teams. No disrespect to Memphis or Golden State, but this team has been at the top of the food chain for a reason, not just this year, but the last few years. So we definitely got our work cut out for us, but we're going to get better from this, as we always do, and we'll bounce back on our home floor.
Coach, what happened to LeBron toward the end of the game, and is there any reason for concern for him physically going into the next game?
I can't really speak on it right now. He's been being evaluated, so we'll see. it'd be hard to keep them out of this mix, though.
And after the Game 1 loss, you were relatively upbeat. In fact, your last words were, "We'll be all right, trust me." After tonight, you still same optimism?
Yeah, it's the same thing. I've been in a lot of these wars, man, both as a player and a coach, and I'm not going to get discouraged, you know what I mean? And you just got to, again, they took care of business on their home floor, and we have to go do the same. But it doesn't matter where you win, because if we'd have won one here, they'd be coming to try to get Game 3. So we just got to be prepared to do the same as they just did and protect our home court.
Just want to ask you about the kind of going for offensive rebounds versus getting back in transition, what the balance is there for guys like Vando or AD with, how much Denver can hurt you going up down the court.
Yeah, I mean, we have a rule, like if you're in a certain space on the floor on the weak side, then you have permission to crash as hard as you can. But if you're up top above the break, I mean, you got to sprint back on shot, not when the ball hits the rim. Not when it lands or if someone catches it. As soon as you see your teammate, the ball leave his hands, you got to be back. And so that's one of the things that we'll try to be better at come Game 3. Thank you.